Good evening. It is Monday the 29th of January 2024 and I am Fareed El Diwani, Egyptian name, retired Lincoln's Inn solicitor, and I just want to do a quick showcase on my latest book, which was published in September 2023. It's called Sir Geoffrey Voss, Master of the Rolls at the Royal Courts of Justice, misconduct in public office. And it's his misconduct in public office, the Master of the Rolls himself, together with the two other judges that sat at the Court of Appeal in the summer, Lady Justice Falk, or Falk, F-A-L-K, and Lady Justice Macur. And those three are the vilest Islamophobic bigots I have ever come across, followed by Lady Justice Sharp, who, as Mrs. Justice Sharp, refused to condemn me being told to go fuck out of the camel in litigation in 2011, and refused to condemn me being told to lick the arseholes of pigs clean before I eat them. So it took me 12 years to appeal. Many Lord Justices just fucking around, pretending that they knew better when Islamophobia was the central issue in their thinking. So it takes me 12 years for Sir Geoffrey Voss to tell me and to make up some fucking bullshit that Mrs. Justice Sharp did not have to condemn me being told to go fuck out of the camel for ex post facto reasons, which he now concocts with the two arseholes, Macur and Falk, that it did not fall to be decided, unquote. It did not fall to be decided that Mrs. Justice Sharp in 2011, and indeed Lord Justice Popplewell in 2023, it was not necessary for them to condemn me being told to go fuck out of the camel and told going to fuck your mother, she likes white man. It wasn't necessary for them to do it because it did not form an essential part of their reasoning. Now, if Lord Justice Popplewell himself had told me that, given me reasons, that would help. And if Mrs. Justice Sharp in 2011 had given me reasons, that might have helped. Of course, they're completely Islamophobic bastards. But Sir Geoffrey Voss and his two colleagues at the Court of Appeal made it up. Come up with some rubbish that it did not fall to be decided, as it was not necessary, was not essential to the decision making. Well, it was essential to the decision making, because those vile hate emails I got from Norway were the reason I sued for libel in 2011, sued the Norwegian government for libel, and the police officer, Police Sergeant Torrell Sauter. When I got them in my inbox, that's what made me issue proceedings, those awful things, awful comments which the Essex police declared a hate crime and referred to Interpol. Not even to have the common humanity to simply condemn that stuff which so annoyed, so infuriated my MP Lord Pickles, now Lord Pickles, that he wrote to Chris Grayling in 2014 to ask for a change in the judicial conduct rules to make it an offence of judicial misconduct for a judge to refuse to condemn such filth. It is awful, awful language, and it was central to my libel proceedings. in 2011. So I wait 12 years to get this motherfucking bullshit from you, Sir Geoffrey Voss. You cheat. You Islamophobic bigot. And not only that, at the same time at the Court of Appeal, it just happens that you decide to take on board my appeal against being struck off the roll of solicitors simply for having a website that highlighted Islamophobia in Norway, the land of Anders Breivik, the Muslim hater, who no doubt read all 22 of the front pages I made in the Norwegian press, labelled a Muslim sex terrorist, thanks to my former girlfriend, herself a registered mental patient, and described by Mr. Justice Saini 2 years earlier at the Administrative Court as a liar. Now, it was absolutely necessary, in the interests of communal religious relations, interfaith relations, that Mrs. Justice Sharp condemn that filth. She did neither in court or in her judgment. And Lord Justice Warby, again, is an unforgivable piece of trash. He employed at his own chambers the people that sided with the bigots of Norway in his chambers of 5 Raymond Buildings in 2011. Now you're all friends, you're all mates, you all know each other. And the cost of this litigation, the stress and the grief for years and years and years, is so awful that I hope you, Sir Geoffrey Voss, rot in hell on Judgment Day. I hope you burn in hell, along with Lady Justice Sharp, Lady Justice Macur, Lady Justice Falk, Lord Justice Popplewell, Lord Justice Bean. Your hatred for Islam and the Islamic ideal is sickening. And it's no wonder there was a Manchester University report in November 2022 headed by Keir Monteith, KC, which alleged institutional racism against the judiciary, which includes elements of Islamophobia. So I've written everything up in this book, which you can buy cheaply on Amazon, and it goes into the greatest of detail as to why you scumbags are beyond the pale. You know, you think you're top of the tree now and how well you've done being at the Court of Appeal, but you're getting old. Within 5 years you'll all be retired, you'll be forgotten, and then you'll die alone in your beds and have to face God in due course. But you are dreadful people. And even the Met Police now, Inspector Jeff Cook has been talking to the Crown Prosecution Service to try and prosecute Lord Justice Popplewell for misconduct in public office, for refusing to acknowledge vile Islamophobic abuse that came my way, for refusing to condemn those vile hate emails. And I hope things change in due course. But Sir Geoffrey Voss, I know you think you're a great star and the bee's knees, but your time will come one day. And as I said, I hope you rot in hell on Judgment Day. You're a disgrace to your own faith. You've condoned neo-Nazi behaviour from Norway in the worst Norwegian press attack that lasted 12 years, the worst Islamophobic press attack in 12 years from Norway, and you've condoned it all. And you don't even discuss, in the short 3-hour period I had, you don't even discuss the matters before me in court. You just listen, say next to nothing, and then say we're going to reserve judgment. By which time, when you give your stupid reasons, it's too late to do anything about it. And you refuse me the right to appeal to the Supreme Court. So, just think on this and reflect, and stop being the Pharisee that you are. That's the end of this YouTube broadcast.